Okay, welcome Supercarders, MyTyme here. The Team PCC is well underway. Rollins versus HHH. It's going to be pretty close. I did go for Triple H, but the team's gone for Rollins. I'm going to be grinding through this, so I'm going to try and put up a decent number of points. Now, appreciate it's still quite a lot of time to go. People are sleeping and stuff. If our team doesn't make the top 50, then I will be looking for another team who potentially does. We'll be able to see who the top 50 were from this event at the end of the event. So if there are any of you out there who are maybe going to shuffle your teams and look for new players, you'll be able to see the points that I got for this event at the end of it, and I'll be looking to join a team that's going to be able to get the survivor reward in each of the events in the future. But we'll see. As I said, if our guys, if we can get there, when everyone's awake tomorrow, etc., and playing, then cool, no problems. Happy to stay there. Don't need to come first. I just want to try and get the top 50. But with that said, how can you get the top 50? Well, before we claim our King of the Reward, as you can see here, let's show you a little tip which I've done before. In case you are new to my channel or you don't want to scroll back for the other videos, all the information you need is here. Okay, so this badge in the middle tells you your tier. Now the colour of the background tells you the tier you're actually in. So for example, if you had an orange background, you'd be in epic. If you have a dark blue background, it's super rare. A yellow background would be legendary. Now red background is survivor, and if you're not sure why it's red, because the background of the survivor cards is red, the background of the legendary cards is yellow, etc. Okay, so that tells you that. Then you have a border around it. Now in our case this is gold, and if you look at the three people I've got, we've got a blue background, and a gold background. Okay, if we come back out, go back in, you see something similar. Blue background, okay? Now, you can check what that means by going all the way back, say, to your exhibition deck, clicking on the badge at the top, and scrolling down. So, for example, if you were in Ultra Rare, purple background would be Tier 1, this kind of blue background or border would be Ultra Rare Plus Tier 2, and a goldy background border would be Ultra Rare Plus Plus. So, like Tier 3 for example. If we scroll down to Legendary, you're going to have a kind of bronzy background if it's Survivor, a blue background if it's Survivor Plus, like you saw those other couple of teams, and a gold background like ours if it's Survivor Plus Plus. So you can use that to pick your opponents, because obviously a team in Survivor Plus overall are going to have weaker cards than Survivor Plus Plus. However, once you're in these tiers, a lot of people will still be using event cards. It's normally going to be like an event card and a survivor card, so maybe something like Jack Swagger and an underleveled Bret Hart, or maybe say Macho Man Randy Savage over here, and maybe say a legendary card some people will have, which would bring the tier down. So that's how you can pick your opponent. Now just to come back in, another tip is when you're playing PCC, you're using cards from your team, so it doesn't matter what's in your deck here. So what you want to do is you want to put all your best cards in that you possibly can, or at least if they're not your best cards, get yourself into the highest tier you can, because when you're then doing your board pulls from Team PCC, you'll be pulling out of the tier that your exhibition deck's on. So as you can see here, I'm pulling out of Survivor Plus Plus. Now if I were to say drop out Jack Swagger and put in let's just go down here and put in any card which is a single, Devon Dudley, I fall down into Survivor Plus. Now when I play Team PCC and I win a game or lose a game and come into the board pool section, I'll be picking from a Survivor Plus board. So what that means is there is obviously a reduced chance of you pulling your top tier reset. So if you're not going to play any exhibition during the event, leave your best cards in, so that you will reduce the amount of time it takes for you to get that top tier reset. So we can just put the rock in, for example. Now this is my rock finished, as you will see. All his games plays token done. As I did say before, I am going for that charisma card. I just left his power, his toughness and speed alone, went for his power. I will do toughness and speed with Jericho most likely, and possibly charisma. I'd have thought that the rock's charisma might have been a bit higher, but still, without a proc, he's going to be a hard card to beat in the charisma side. But that's what I went for. And yeah, there's two little tips for you. Okay, so just remember that. Leave your best team in if possible, and in the exhibition, and obviously pick your opponents. Now, once you come to these kind of tiers, I'll just show you now. I'll play a quick game. You get a lot of similar cards. It's basically procs. And if you're in the top tier, like if you're a Survivor Plus Plus team and you're playing other Survivor Plus Plus teams, you're going to be well aware that pretty much everyone uses event cards. You have one or two people maybe with a different card, and it's basically a case of who procs and who doesn't proc. So you put in 2 cards here. As I said, we're going to lose. Undertaker over here procced. So we're now 1-0 down. We now use Rock, he procced, so we're going to win. I'm not sure if we would have won anyway. I think it was close. And now I've been left with this Kane, so I'm going to lose this match maybe. Okay, we win it. I was just lucky because they are in Survivor Plus, but it doesn't mean that they won't have 3 or 4 event cards come up. So slightly lucky to win that. But that was with a team who are, technically below us in rank. You're going to get that happen quite a lot. It's all going to be down to procs. You're going to play games. You can lose 3-4 in a row just because you're getting out procced. So we'll just try and play somebody in the Survivor Plus Plus as well for comparison. We'll do it very quickly. If I wasn't on camera, I'd be getting Survivor Plus Plus all the time. Just because I actually want to get one. Oh, I've misclicked. Oh my gosh. Okay, right. Oh, I have to quickly do this one as well. This +2 one should be a lot easier. You'll probably find like one maybe event card will turn up, or maybe an event card underleveled. Otherwise, it's pretty much going to be cards like this, a lot of Legendary Pros, Survivor Pros and stuff. Yeah, and that means also get 3 ball pools. Now we'll still try and do the tactic of if I can win 2-1, I will, but it's a lot harder in PCC because especially when you're in the top tier, you're playing a lot of teams with similar cards to you, so it's very hard to also know what card you're going to get because you can't stack your deck. So you can't have 2 good cards, 2 rubbish cards, and like a couple of OK divas to try and play around and win 2-1. You could have all your best cards come out, so you're forced to win 3-0. So you kind of just have to, accept that you're going to win some games 3-0 and just go for the victory, as opposed to, oh, that was close, as opposed to just trying to, for example, in single individual PCC, play the games out so you do win pretty much everyone 2-1. You don't have that luxury here, so you do spend a bit more time going back, clearing out your card category, which is slightly time consuming, but Okay, so we're going to use the toughness bonus here. We'll go for one card which is good in it, so we're going to get our bonus on, and it looks like we are just about going to lose. Okay, so no procs there, just bonuses, toughness and speed. Now I've got that is my Jack Swagger, which has been leveled up in speed, so as long as there's no proc, I should win this one. Okay, well, it's against the Rock, so that's good. Doesn't proc in it, so still 2 games for me, no procs. Let's see if we can get a proc in the last game. Go with Jack Swagger. We did get a proc, we didn't need it. Okay, so we have won 2-1. But as you see, they're all pretty close, and you could easily lose the game. So that's what tends to happen when you're playing Survivor Plus Plus. Not much you can do about it. You just have to sit here and, just take it, basically. Take it like a man. Okay, so that's been PCC. Let's come and collect this reward before kicking this off. I'm very tempted in my next King of the Ring to go and change my deck. I nearly lost in the first game here. I wasn't around. I forgot about it, missed it. There was a lot of network errors on there. There are a lot of network errors, as you're all probably aware, and I couldn't get on and stuff. Didn't level up here. I would have won this 3-2 otherwise and been through. Managed to win the next 2 games. Clean sweep against Rocky Smash, who was a good competitor, tried hard in the semis. Craig, however, just had a miles better deck than me. Quickly click on this to show you, he's got Survivor Pros everywhere, apart from his divas here. Divas the only thing that I pretty much beat him on, so even with the divas, he can still pull out a Survivor diva if he needs to, because he's got 2 in his tag. So that's that. Now, what do I want? Well, I want to say well done to Craig first of all. Now, in terms of a reward, I'm only really interested in getting a diva. I don't have a lot of male superstars. I'm very tempted to improve my Shawn Michaels and my Dean Ambrose and just max them out for next King of the Ring, put in a Rock as well, and maybe throw in my Bailey and my Alicia Fox to train them up. But I got a feeling I'll be putting a hard King of the Ring, and I'll probably, I need to try and get to the finals. So I might still run with the same tactic I'm using at the moment. I really don't know what to do. Yeah. I've got the advantage that I can train up. Let's get a Diva, please. Oh, Mark Henry. Oh. I don't think there's a Survivor card with a stat lower than 630 starting. I think Mark Henry could potentially have that honour. There might be a 625. Can't think off the top of my head, but shocking reward. Well, what can I do? Not much. Okay, so yeah, just to reiterate, this is the King of the Ring. I might swap these two out for the two Divas to improve them. I do have the luxury of still being able to max out both Ambrose and Michaels. What a see, if I were to do this for the tag for now, if I were to do this, take Rock out for my Survivor Rock, I can improve both of these two if I need to once the King of the Ring has started, and I can then also improve my Divas here. I haven't fully leveled these Divas up because I want the game to not register them as being pro Divas. So if I need to, I can max them out and they can, maybe be epics, etc. They got the tag. I'm actually going to run with this. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm probably going to get battered because it's going to give me probably a hard King of the Ring, but we'll see how that goes anyway. So yeah, once again, I'm going to see how this team event goes. I'm going to start grinding. I don't have many points at the moment, so what am I on about? Okay, 400. The 8 is because I did a misclick, as you just saw on the +2. I've done it on +6 as well. I'm going to go through. I'll be able to show you my overall points at the end of the event, and depending how we do as a team, as I said, we're not going to make judgments yet because I haven't really played either. If we don't make the top 50, then I will probably be looking for a team that does. So if you would be interested, let me know in the comments and I will speak to you as soon as the event's over. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I've been MyTyme and I'll see you all soon.